Value Village is a place where people go to find a deal. But these three occurrences, these three people, got more than a deal on clothes, but a deal with death.
Number 3.
Before I tell the story, I just want to get something straight. I'm a girl. One day when I was 17, my friend Alyssa texted me asking if I wanted to hang out. I texted back, sure, and got into my car and headed to her house. When I got there, she told me that she wanted to go to Valley Village. So we got back into my car and drove to Valley Village. You see, I live in a very small town, and we don't have our own Valley Village. So we had to drive a couple towns over to get to one. When we finally got there 3 hours later, both of us were very thirsty. Luckily, there was a Coca-Cola vending machine right outside of the Valley Village. Both of us bought a Coke and drank them very fast. We both burped and then looked at each other in a fit of laughter. We put our cans in the can recycle bin and headed into Valley Village. When we got inside, we headed straight for the rack of tank tops. It was mid-May, and both Alyssa and I were ready to start compiling our summer wardrobes. So where better to start than the tank tops? After a few minutes of looking, I spotted a cropped tank top with a cute design on the front. It looked like it might fit, so I held it up and nudged Alyssa. She squeaked in excitement and told me to put it in our cart to try on. Once I placed the shirt in the cart, Alyssa grabbed my arm harshly. I looked at her, confused, before she shook her head and motioned behind me. I froze in fear, my jaw clenching with fright. I slowly turned around to see a woman standing right next to me. The woman's face looked really pissed off, eyes glaring at me. "That's the shirt I want," the woman said. Her voice raspy and deep. It sounded like she'd been smoking cigarettes for the past 45 years. I gulped, my eyes darting to the shirt I had just put in the cart. Immediately, I thought that the shirt would not fit this woman, but I didn't want to be rude and say my thoughts out loud. Why? This shirt?" I asked, voice cracking halfway through. "Yes, that shirt. What the hell other shirt do you think I was talking about?" the woman bellowed. "Oh," I squeaked. "Well, here, you can have it then." I passed the small shirt over to the woman and tried to make my expression look polite and friendly. "Thanks, bitch," she says as she turns on her heel and storms away. Alyssa and I looked at each other for a few moments, eyes wide and hearts racing. We couldn't believe what had just happened in this Valley Village. This experience has stuck with me throughout my life. I'm 38 now, and have made a vow to never, ever enter a Value Village ever again in my life.
Number 2.
This is a story that happened to me 2 years ago. I was shopping at the local Value Village because, I was in my freshman year at college, couldn't afford much. Going through the dusty bunches of clothes looking for some new underwear, I noticed eyes on me. Booming dark gray eyes staring at me through the rack I was currently browsing. Startled, I jumped backwards as the man laughed. I got a good eye on him. He was heavy built, bald, white, wearing a tight t-shirt showing his hairy gut, and stained blue sweatpants with a hole where his penis should be. He lunged forward through the clothes rack, and the squeaking was ear-bleeding. The sudden movement shocked and dropped me down. Heavy breathing surrounding my hearing, and sweat dripping down my forehead. I looked up, and this heavy-set bloke stood over me, touching his stubby pink flesh. I pass out. I wake up chained. I'm still chained. I love him.
Number 1.
It seems like it was just yesterday, the day I was at my local value village. The worst day of my life. Worse than my 17th birthday party. That's when I got 36 presents compared to my 16th, where I got 37. I'm 18 now, and yesterday I went to Value Village. Me, Mom, and I were listening to Macklemore's song, Thrift Shop, and we got inspired. I needed new slacks. I headed towards the slack section, and then it happened. The perfect pair. I looked closer. $29.99.